How long does it take you to get to your grocery store? Hi, welcome to another episode of Unlocking the Mind Behind Make More Work Less. My name is Fong. I'm an entrepreneur, business strategist, real estate investor, speaker, and also a best-selling author. And every single day, I help others unlock the potentials and guide them to succeed. Today on Unlocking Mind, we talk about another cognitive bias. And the reason why I have this show is because we can better understand how our minds work, make better decisions, build stronger relationships, and of course, avoid certain cognitive traps. So for today's cognitive bias, we're going to be talking about the well-traveled road effect. So what exactly is that? Well, when I ask you the question, how long does it take you to get to your grocery store? You might come up with a number, but it might be different than somebody else's because you're familiarized with that number. You've driven to that place again and again and again and again. And therefore, your timeline might be a little bit more accurate or faster than what other people would think. Now, the thing is, this happens all the time when people ask us for directions. We tend to go, okay, what's the fastest route there? And we kind of make connections as to what we're most familiarized with. So what exactly is the well-traveled road effect? It is when travelers estimate the time taken to traverse routes differently depending on their familiarity with that route. Somebody else who travels differently than you might have a different timeline. Your timeline might be faster, might be longer, depending on how familiarized with you are with that route. So when somebody asks you, how do you get from A to B, and you're not familiarized with that route, you tend to find different points in time or different routes where you go, you know what, I know this segment, and then you estimate based on that. But that's not a fair estimate because it's your familiarity. When people ask you for directions, they are normally not familiarized with any of the routes, and therefore any timeline you give them will be completely off skew. So how do we avoid this? Number one, we need to consider where they're coming from, what their experience is like, well, how are they traveling there, what their plans are, so that you can give them a good estimate and not the estimate that you are familiarized with because they don't have your background. Another thing is if they are not driving or if they're just walking, you are completely off skewed because your estimation is based on your driving time. So that is the well-traveled road effect. We have to avoid giving those numbers based on what we're familiarized with, and we need to give those estimates based on what they should be experiencing. So add on a few extra minutes on there, add on some factors of safety so that it's more accurate for them so that they can plan accurately. So that is the well-traveled road effect. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. And if you did, please go back and watch some of my other episodes on Unlocking the Mind. And there's a lot of other shows, the Peak Potential Success Show, the Make More Mind Bites, and of course, the Master Mind Bites that's up every single week. So until next time, thank you very much for your support, your likes, your comments. I love seeing those comments and your subscriptions. And until then, today is the day to lock your peak potential. I'll see you later.